Shalom, brothers and sisters. So Ireland's controversial hate speech law is paving the way for the Orwellian future. A new hate speech bill has been pushed through the Irish Parliament, Irish, not Irish, despite the initial public consultation revealing an overwhelming number of Irish citizens opposing the controversial reforms to free speech. The bill has received international condemnation with high-profile opponents like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Canadian scholar Jordan Peterson, and former Harvard University professor. Why is it controversial? Now, this is the rub. Think beast system while you listen. The new hate speech bill will see transgressors sentenced to prison for up to a maximum of 5 years for falling on the wrong side of this subjective line. The bill intends to amend the law relating to the prohibition of incitement to violence or hatred against a person, a group of persons, on account of characteristics of the person or the group, and labels these protected characteristics as race, color, nationality, religion, national or ethnic origin, descent, gender, sex characteristics, sexual orientation, and disability. Section 10 of the bill is equally problematic. It states a crime will be committed when someone possesses material that is likely to incite violence or hatred against a person or a group of persons, and is reasonably assumed the material was intended to be communicated to the public. So even if someone possesses material that hasn't been published, hasn't caused any offense, they can be sentenced up to 2 years in prison for holding the material. Again, a defense that the material was intended for personal use is provided for in the legislation. However, once again, the burden of proof is on the defendant to show they had no intention of publishing the material, and not on the prosecution to show beyond reasonable doubt that the defendant did intend to publish. The bill is now due to be debated in the Senedd Island Upper Parliamentary Chamber in the coming weeks. Now you might say, yes, Sholto, but why is this, did you know that in a lot of these countries, yes, first world countries, and most of the world happening very rapidly, the Bible is seen as hate material and to be shared or published. So very soon, using these kind of bills, they'll say, oh, you've got a Bible. You were intending to use that Bible to say that God only made male and female. That is hate speech against a sexual orientation and a group of individuals, 5 years in prison for you. No, but I wasn't going to say anything or do anything. Sounds a lot like denial to me, but anyway. I was just holding my Bible. It's for personal use. Prove it. If we look at your group of individuals that travel with you and the people around you, they generally tend to want to share, or some of them have in the past, therefore, i.e., you were going to do the same, 5 years in prison. Do you see where they're going with this? They're creating a very strict, powerful system by which to crack down on God's people. And that is what this is. That's what these laws is. They won't affect the evil. They'll affect the lives of good. And that is what it is meant to be. So it's interesting. And we need to have our eyes open and see these things taking shape around us so that we can more vehemently warn people and get their eyes open in time, because the world that we're leaving behind is going to be a horror show that Hollywood can take notes from. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.